So a little update on the C10 that we're doing for the Southwest Street Rod Nationals. The cab is pretty much done with all the fab work. This week we got the, what do you call this thing? A drive shaft tunnel finished up. It's not really a transmission tunnel because the low hump clears with as low as we've got the motor mounted. We've got the inside piece of the split window welded in place. Got a little bit more massaging to do here, but on the back side, everything's fully welded, massaged in. We'll have to do a little hammer and dolly work, do a little massaging, some shrinking, and the rear tunnel is fully welded in. So next we're going to send it over to the body shop and get rolling on the body work. So you saw earlier that we had the full tube chassis hanging in the paint booth. We've got it all painted, and last night we stayed really late, which we have been for the last 6 weeks building this truck, but we've got all of the framework is done, painted. All of the bungs are back in, all the bushings are back in. We've got all of the 4-link setup done. We've got the shocks in. Everything's just hand tight right now. So what we'll do is we'll go through, put all the air suspension stuff up, put it on ball valves, and make this thing a roller. Next thing we're gonna do is get these control arms back together, get our bushings back in. We're gonna press out the mock-up ball joints and then press in some higher grade ball joints for the actual truck to roll. So once we get this thing a roller, then we'll show you that one. On top of getting the suspension and the frame stuff put together yesterday, we also got our power plant painted, built, put in the truck. We've got a LS platform, medium rise intake, 102 millimeter throttle body, stock injectors. This thing's got like a 600 lift cam in it, a couple more Texas Speed internals, Texas Speed cam. We're gonna be modifying the headers that we got, and we've got a 4L60 trans that's built in this thing. I know everybody's like, oh, why didn't you do a 4L80? Let me tell you why we didn't do a 4L80. Because the girth on those things are massive, and I didn't want a ginormous tunnel in the truck because this thing is so low to the ground. I wanted to keep as much of the original floor as I can. Also, I don't know if you can tell by the videos, but I'm 6'7", so the more floor space and leg room I have, the better for me. Top clearance, leg clearance, knee clearance. Everybody knows that has a 67 to 72 Chevy truck. If the gas tank is still in there, the room is very minimal. Thank goodness we have removed that. So now I can fit in there. Back here we've got a Sterling rear end out of a F350. It's the 10.5. We went with this one because it matched the width that we needed in order to get the dually wheels all the way out to the fenders that we're using. It also matched our lug pattern that we're using on the front spindles. The front spindles are off of a 08 Chevy truck, which is the same bolt pattern as the F350, believe it or not. So that way we could have matching wheels all the way around, didn't have to do a weird lug pattern, weird offset and all that sort of thing. So this whole thing has been rebuilt. We used all Yukon internals, 373s, posi, and it ought to spin all 4 of those tires in the back pretty good. So if you're wondering what we're doing for the dually bed on the 67, we have actually taken a long bed, which this was an original long bed truck. We shortened it down, sectioned it, Z'd it to make it a short bed. Then we took fenders off of a 68 step side. What we did, instead of cutting the fender and grafting the fender to the bed side, we actually made a pattern and a template to fit the 68 step side fender. We cut out the side of the bed, scooted the rear fender in. So if you look on the inside, it's actually bolted from the inside. Then what we did, we went through and we hard welded all this to the bed. We put the original supports back into it so it doesn't do this weird flexy thing. And I think it just gives a better aesthetic, makes it look more modern, has that wide body feel to it, since they didn't make these in 67 to 72 like this. Jeremiah has done an amazing job on doing this. Rick did a great job cutting all the stuff out for us. So we're gonna get this body worked, primed, and hopefully painted by the end of this week.